Years after the Epira law was implemented, power rates are more expensive. Some of our people now are asking what happened to the promise of cheaper prices. What went wrong? What can be done to reverse the cycle in favor of the consumer? And is it time to review and amend the law? Joining us tonight is Congressman Rey Umali, the chairman of the House Energy Committee. Good evening, sir, and welcome to NewsLife.
Hi, good evening, Robert, and good evening to all televiewers.
So now, Meralco imposed a rate hike of 4 pesos 15 centavos, but was stopped by the Supreme Court's TRO, it triggered a call to review the Epira law. Now, what reforms should Congress initiate to reduce the burden of power costs in our country?
Actually, it is not only the Meralco rate hike that prompted the review. In fact, as early as September 11, 2013, I already delivered a privilege speech that suggests that we need to review Epira after 12 years of implementation, considering that the promise it had given the people, which is to ensure a stable and reliable supply, as well as reasonable rates are not being met. So that's what we had been doing in the 8 congressional hearings that we have conducted. We are already in the process since September, reviewing already the Epira, and we are looking at certain aspects, certain provisions of Epira that need to be tweaked towards ensuring that the Epira will provide the protection that the consumers need.
So now looking at the law, it's been 12 years since it has been signed. Did something go wrong along the way, which is why most of what is supposed to be in that law is not really being seen by the consumers, which is why there are a lot of concerns from the public why the electricity rates are much higher. And even in Asia, our power rates are high, and our competitiveness have been slowing down because of that.
You know, the Epira is still a work in progress, of course. 12 years is 12 years, but then again, the mechanisms are just being put in place. Like when Epira was enacted in 2001, it was meant to address the debt problems of Napocor, and that is why we unbundled different sectors of Epira from transmission to what do you call this? Transmission, generation, distribution, and supply. So these things were started in 2001, and quite recently the mechanisms are just being put in place. But then again, it's not easy to really reform the industry, especially when the problem is that there are just too few players, power players in the industry, and then the supply of power is really just about sufficient to cover the needs of the country.
So now, the private sector is pushing for a review of the wholesale electricity market, or WESM. Did something go wrong with this, or what went wrong?
Well, the WESM provides for the mechanism to procure power from the market. But then again, I guess one of the problems of Epira is that I do not know. I may be wrong, but I think DOE has not enough powers to be able to really influence this or dictate on this, especially during times of emergency or crisis. So what happened was that because of these forced outages plus the malampaya maintenance, this really drove the market prices of electricity very high, which became uncontrollable, and therefore this affected the entire market. Of course, many power stakeholders, the GenCos, benefited from this, but then the law allows, the Epira allows a passed-on rate of all of these powers to consumers, and for which reason, I guess, this is what needs to be tweaked in the Epira law.
So now looking at the electricity industry here in our country, are we seeing healthy competition, which is supposed to make energy efficient and make it supposedly much lower?
Well, competition is there, but whether it's healthy or otherwise is another matter. When you competition, there must be more players. But if there are so limited players, then we will have problems to pursue healthy competition among the power stakeholders.
Now, sir, Secretary Jericho Padilla is proposing that government should start building power plants as buffers whenever supply is down due to the maintenance of plants by power producers. Now, will you support this?
Well, we will look into it. I think at certain points in time, especially considering that power is so crucial a commodity that it precedes development, I think government should have ample powers to be able to properly regulate this. No? But then again, there are also other approaches that we can pursue, like empowering the Secretary of Energy, giving more teeth to the DOE law so that DOE can step in when crisis of similar nature comes in.
So when you say more teeth, what kind of powers does the Department of Energy need more to be able to make it more healthy or more efficient?
As it is, because the sector has been privatized, there is some gap in terms of, how do you call this? There is some kind of a gap in terms of coordinating, synergizing all the stakeholders of the power sector, and I guess there must be stronger mandates of DOE to be able to command the power stakeholders from the generation sector, the transmission sector, and even the distribution sector of the power industry. I think there has got to be some more power that ought to be given to the Secretary of Energy to be able to make all of these power stakeholders pursue a common objective.
Sir, are you looking closely at renewable energy as part of electricity production to help make the electricity more efficient and maybe actually bringing down the cost? Is that being looked into right now?
Yeah, definitely. It's part of the portfolio of power generation that we are pursuing because the advantage of renewable energy is that it comes from indigenous resources, unlike the imported fuels that we use for the gensets and the fossil fuel based power plants. No? So I guess in the long run, siguro kung para gusto ko lang mas maintindihan to ng taong bayan.
Yes.
Alam mo, walang pinagkaiba ito sa edukasyon ng bata.
Yes.
Yung 'di ba nagbabayad tayo ng tuition. If you enroll your children sa Ateneo, sa ibang mga eskwelahan, Lasal, na mga mahal, parang ang sakit sa bulsa pag nagbabayad tayo ng malalaking tuition dito sa mga eskwelahan na to. Pero ang hindi natin nare-realize, sa totoo lang, mas masakit yung pang-araw-araw na baon, yung pamasahe, yung pagkain ng mga estudyante na ibinibigay natin. Ganyan din ang ganyan din ang renewable energy. Sa una, mahal 'yan.
Yes.
Pero sa pang-araw-araw dahil libre, wala kang kailangang gasolina, tubig 'yan o kaya araw 'yan o kaya wind 'yan, libre yung iyong gasolina. In the long run, mas mura yan. Kaya ako, as chair of the Committee on Energy, I'm really pushing for
hard for
and,
this?
if need be, to champion renewable energy as a part of the programs that we will pursue in the energy sector.
I guess that would be a good thing. Much like solar power, as they say, it's very expensive in the beginning, but in the long run, savings will be seen, I guess, in several years.
Correct. At saka, in fact, hindi lang yun, yung energy efficiency program is one thing that we should also pursue. Kasi there are two options to provide a stable and reliable supply. One is to build more power plants. The other one is to be efficient so that we need not produce more or we need not increase our consumption and necessarily require additional production of power. No? If we will pursue efficiency programs, then we can also cut down on power consumption.
So now there's public perception that some power companies are engaged in generation, transmission, and distribution, but they corner the market at the expense of the consumers. What's your take on this, sir? What's your reaction to this?
This we will review because I guess there are certain pros and cons also to this policies, and I really would like to look closer into it and ensure that all towards ensuring that consumer protection should be the primordial interest of the power sector, and this has to be done and guarded against by the Energy Regulatory Commission.
And sir, final words, next steps, what needs to be done right now?
For now, let me just go back to the Meralco rate increase. For now, of course, there is a TRO issued by the Supreme Court on this. I have some apprehensions of this TRO because definitely I'm sure that the power stakeholders will get affected by this TRO. But then again, I think this is where government should come in, and government should provide the relief that the people needs. No? We should unburden the people of this one-time increase of power rate because for one, it is staggering, and this goes against the grains of Epira. But so that where government is very much needed. But at the same time, we need also to get the power stakeholders, particularly the GenCos that benefited from this increased rate, that they should also share the burden, so that at the end of the day, the consumers will not be burdened at all, and instead it should be government plus those that benefited that should carry the burden because this is what Epira promised to the people.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for joining us here tonight on NewsLife. That was Congressman Rey Umali, Chairman of the House Energy Committee. Thank you, sir.